It's national meets regional. Welcome to Sidewalks Entertainment, the long-running celebrity, music, and art series. Join us now for an exciting new path to celebrity interviews, music, rising talents, much, much more. Hey guys, welcome back to Sidewalks Entertainment. Richard R. Lee. We're coming to you today from Silicon Valley Comic-Con. And once again, we get a chance to meet a lot of incredible actors. And this one right here, you will remember him as Timmy on the television series Lassie, Jon Provost. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. All right. Thanks.
You actually been on our show a long time ago. One of our other
a while
hosts.
ago, yeah.
But let's talk about, even though you had one before, let's talk about stuff that you've been doing. First off, how did you get into acting? You were like a little kid, how about 4 years old?
Actually, my first movie, I was not quite 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, and my family was not in the show business. My parents weren't even from California. My father was from Alabama, my mom from Texas. But long story short, my mom, growing up in Texas, her idol was Jane Wyman. And they were living in Pasadena, and she read an article in the LA Times that Warner Brothers was looking for a 2 to 3 year old blonde boy to be in this movie with Jane Wyman. And Mom thought if she took me on the interview, she was going to get Jane Wyman's autograph. That's the only reason. So she took me. There were over 200 little boys and some little girls whose moms had cut their hair to look like little boys, trying out for this part. I ended up getting the job, and then that led to another movie, which was The Country Girl with Bing Crosby and Grace Kelly, and a couple more movies, then a contract with RKO for 5 movies, and Lassie, and it just went crazy. But if Mom hadn't wanted that autograph, I wouldn't be sitting here today. So, autographs are a good thing.
Well, it's full circle. You're giving autographs
there
here.
There you go. Mom would be proud.
So, at this young age, I'm looking at, I got a little note here, just, back from eternity. You were in that escapade in Japan.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's a unique movie in that I filmed that, I was under contract with RKO, and it was the first movie filmed in Japan after the war. And we filmed that in 1956. I was 6 years old. We spent 3.5 months in Japan. And then when I came back from Japan, got the part of Timmy for Lassie.
Well, let's talk about Lassie. There was a lot of versions of Lassie. There was also one beforehand. Were you a fan of that? Did you?
Oh yeah, I used to watch Lassie with Tommy Reddick. He played Jeff, and I used to watch that show. Never, because I had only made really movies.
Yeah.
I'd done a little bit of but hardly any, and so I never even dreamed that I would, be in his shoes, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I've always loved dogs and animals. Growing up as a kid, we always had. My sister had a horse, I had a pony, we had a goat and dogs and you name it. So it kind of all fit.
So it's just you and me right now. Let me ask you this question. Lassie.
Yeah.
Was Lassie a very friendly dog?
I never got bit.
Okay, good.
Okay, there you go. No, I worked with 3 different Lassies in 7 years, but this one, I worked with him for 5 years. So he and I really bonded, and I loved that dog, and he loved me. But if I told him to do something, sit, shake hands, whatever, he'd look at me and say, "You're not my trainer. You're my friend, but you're not my trainer." And, it had to be that way, because then the dogs could only take commands from their trainers. But, yeah, I loved him, and he loved me.
So you got to work with, was it June Lockhart?
Yeah, June Lockhart was my mom. Who is, by the way, doing great. She will be 93 in June.
Wow.
And I spoke with her a few weeks ago. She's doing great. But as she said, she's enjoying being home and relaxing. Why not? She deserves it. She's been working her entire life.
Yeah.
So, and she went from the farm to Lost in Space.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah, we got a chance to interview her too one time, just very briefly at an awards show. But she was nice, and she's
Yeah, no, June's great. Over the years, my mother sometimes would forget my birthday and call me, 2 days later. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. But June, every birthday and every Christmas, always a card.
So when you're at these conventions, I mean, you go to a number of them. What's the reaction when they go, "Oh my God, it's Timmy"?
People love it. And, like I said, I enjoy talking to the people. One thing I do love about the Comic Cons is the attendees that get into their characters.
Yeah.
The costumes. I mean, wow, some people come up with some incredible things. So it's a lot of fun from both sides of the table.
We need some Lassie cosplayers.
I haven't seen one, but there you go. That's a good one. There you go.
We need a Lassie cosplayer.
There you go.
So if you started at such an early age, really before you knew what you were doing.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think you have done in a career if you weren't, your mom didn't, do the acting part of it?
I have no idea. I mean, it's all, I literally grew up on a soundstage.
Yeah.
So it was normal. I mean, that's what I did. I have an older brother and an older sister, and back in the day, everybody'd get up in the family in the morning. Dad would go to work. My brother and sister would go to school, and Mom and I would go to the studio. That's what we did.
But your other family members weren't in the business.
No, my brother and sister, they had a couple little parts. If you're in the series and they need other kids, they bring family members in, or they used to. But no, they never got involved. They didn't want to, and I didn't have much of a choice because I was so young. But I enjoyed it, and I did it, and it's the way it goes.
Was it hard being, like after 7 seasons? I think you said 7 seasons.
Right.
Was it hard to find out the show was ending?
I quit.
Oh, you did? I did not know that. I did not know.
I wrote my own pink slip on this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do my research as well.
No, that's okay. No, I had a 7-year contract. And as we were coming to a close on the 7 years, the producers said they wanted to exercise 3 more years for a total of 10. But I had the option. And so my parents said, what do you want to do? You can be, I'm 14, I'm going through puberty, right? I'm getting interested in girls, I'm no more dogs. And so, my parents were good enough to say, what do you want to do? And I said, look, I want to continue acting, I like it, but I'm tired of being Timmy. Yeah. And so it's my fault that the series ended.
Thanks a lot.
I know.
Jon.
Now, if I said earlier, Lassie never bit me, if Lassie would probably bite, if Lassie knew that I was the one that, put an end to it all. But that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
But, I needed to do it at the time for me, and so I was able to, and that was good. I continued working. So.
I know that you continued working, but did you, years later, do you kind of regret leaving, or it was right time?
No. It was the time. Well, the same thing happened with Tommy Reddick, that did the show before me. He wanted out. He was growing up. I think he turned 17. He turned 17, and he said, I'm not doing this. And so he did the same thing. You reach a plateau in something, and then it's just time to move on. So.
Well, it's nice that they even give you, your parents gave you an option to decide to leave. At 14-year-old, they may go, stay, stay, we want the money.
Well, and the studios, yeah. I mean, the producers, they start offering all kinds of perks for me to stay. But I didn't want to. And then, luckily, my father supported the family. So it's like I wasn't, the cash kid like nowadays, it's unfortunate, but a lot of parents, the kid gets a job, they quit their jobs, and now the kid's the guy, My parents didn't do that, so I was lucky as far as that goes.
Yeah, you can't quit nowadays. If you get a series, stay, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You say, we did a new Lassie series in 89-90 for Fox.
That's right.
And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, but they weren't it was too sitcom-y. And so it wasn't, and so we made it through 2 seasons, but that was it. But that was great. If we had gone 3, then we would have syndicated for reruns, and that would have been great because we get no residuals for these old shows. You know, it wasn't in the contract. For that new Lassie series, then that would be a whole nother story. But that's the way it goes.
Do you, I don't know, is it on DVD? Do you watch it?
They have a few episodes on DVD, but they've never come out with season by season. And in my 7 years, I did over 250 half-hour episodes. But there are some bootleg ones out there, which I got suckered into buying one on the internet. It came from another country, and it was supposed to be every year, chronological, blah, blah. It was a total ripoff. So, unfortunately, they're really not out there, but if anybody tries to sell you one that's all of it, don't buy it, because it's not real. So.
Now, you also written books about too.
Yes, my autobiography, Timmy's in the Well, which, that phrase, everybody's heard, well, Timmy never did fall in a well. I fell off cliffs into, abandoned mines, even quicksand once, but never in a well, and we have not a clue where that came from, but everybody knows it.
Like Beam Me Up, Scotty. He never said it.
Never said it, and Humphrey Bogart never said, play it again, Sam.
Oh, really? I didn't...
In Casablanca. Oh. Everybody says it, never happened.
So, what did you do after the show ended? You did a lot. You get guest roles. I don't remember. Did you have another series you did before?
Well, I was on Mr. Ed after I left Lassie. Smartest dog went to the smartest horse, and then, like I said, a few more movies and stuff. And then, really, after I did Computer Wore Tennis Shoes with Kurt Russell and for Disney in '68, I just turned 18, and I said, I've been working for 15 years. I just graduated high school, and I said I'm out of here. And so I moved out of Southern California, moved up to Northern California to go to college, and fell in love with it, and stayed there, and would do a few things now and then, a lot of talk shows, things like that. But and then the new series. And in the past few years, a couple independents and some voiceover for cartoons. So it goes on, which is great.
It's great.
Yeah.
And you're looking great.
Well,
you're sitting by a table, but you look fit and everything.
I try.
So, what do you like to do when you're not working? Is there something that people don't know about you, you love to do, a hobby or something?
Well, the big thing in our life right now is my daughter gave us a 3.5-year-old granddaughter, and yeah, she takes up most. That's what I do now, and stuff like this. And then whatever comes up, we're open. Like I talked to June, she goes, honey, when actors get old, they just play older parts. Why not?
When's the last time you had an actual on-camera role?
A couple years ago. Yeah.
And what was that?
It was a movie called Susie's Hope. We filmed it in North Carolina.
We're not done yet. More with Jon in just a moment. From hosts, producers, and our technical crew, Sidewalks is produced by a creative group of individuals. We hope you continue to watch us on TV and visit us on our website. Thank you for being a part of Sidewalks Entertainment. So, the people out there, they don't get a chance to meet you at some time, right now they're not here at the convention. What would you like to say to all your fans out there who have supported your career all these years?
Oh, well, thank you for one thing. And yeah, if people want to know, what I'm doing or where I will be, they can just go to my website, which is just my name, jonprovost.com. And there's a lot of memories and stuff there. And, if they want to order an autograph, a photo or something, they can do that. But also an appearance page of where I'll be and what I'll be doing. So if people want to come out and say hi, that's what it's all about.
He's one of the friendliest guys you can meet at these conventions. No, really, you are.
Well, thank you.
I mean, we asked you for an interview, you go, sure, Some people go, oh, let me see your card. Where do you air? How many affiliates do you have, But thank you very much. We appreciate it. It's nice to have you back on Sidewalks again.
Sounds good.
Jon Provost. Thanks very much.
All right.
He truly is one of the nicest guys you can meet at these conventions. Thank you again, Jon. We would like to thank you, too, for watching Sidewalks. Don't forget to visit our website at sidewalkstv.com. Celebrity interviews, we got movie reviews, you can watch our full episodes now online too. Go to sidewalkstv.com, please. And visit our social media sites too, you see on the screen. From all of us here at Sidewalks, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.